Hello, my beautiful YouTube friends. Letty here, living life with Letty. Can you see smoke coming out of my head? Because I feel smoke coming out of my head. I'm telling you, I am fuming. I went to the dealer again this morning. If you saw my other video, you know that I had gone to the dealer to get an oil change and also to get a transmission fluid flush. Well, they had told me, 5 to 6 hours, blah, blah, blah. So I made an appointment. I got there this morning. I spoke to the gentleman that took all the information, and I told him what I wanted. As a matter of fact, we discussed the difference between a transmission fluid change and a flush. And he recommended the flush since my van already is almost ready to turn the 100,000 mile marker. And he said the flush would clean everything out. If there's any particles, any metal particles or anything that could potentially harm the transmission, that the flush would take care of it. And I said, fine, let's do the flush. So they told me it would be about 3 to 4 hours, even with an appointment, which is fine. They have a very nice waiting room there, and I figured, well, I will just hang out, watch TV, and so about 2.5 hours later, they came and said that I was done. And I thought, well, that's strange, because at first they told me, 3 to 4 hours. So when I went to pay, the lady said, no, you don't have to pay anything because you are part of the Advantage program, which gives you free oil changes, 4 of them, and this will be my second one. And I said, well, what about the transmission? And she said, well, what about it? And I said I had made the appointment for a transmission flush. She says, well, there's nothing here. I said, can you please get the gentleman that I spoke to this morning? Because he and I had a very lengthy conversation about the same topic. So he comes up and then he said, oh, very nonchalant, like it's no big deal. Oh, yeah, well, they couldn't do it today because that's going to take an all day. That's an all day thing. You have to drop off your vehicle at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, and the shuttle can take you home, and we'll call you when it's done. It took every ounce of restraint that I have from not going and just starting to slap that man around and say, why didn't you tell me that when I first got here? Why didn't they tell me that when I made the appointment? I made the appointment specifically for the transmission flush. When we spoke this morning, you even suggested the transmission flush. Now you're telling me I wasted another 2.5 hours in addition to the gas that it took for me to get here, which is my second trip to this place, only to tell me that, no, you can't do it. And now they can't do it for a week. You know what? I am not going back ever again to that dealer. I am going to find another dealer. I never want to go there again. That is the most unprofessional place. I'm beside myself. But I'm not going to let it upset me because I'm on my way to Houston now to see my great grandbabies and spend a couple days in Houston. So I'm not going to let this get to me. But can you imagine, for 1 second, imagine why these people do this. When I spoke to them on the phone, I spoke to him in person, and then he very nonchalantly said, oh yeah, well, they can't do it. Like it's no big deal. Like my time is not worth anything to them, or my gas, because it takes gas to drive there and back. It's about a 25 mile round trip. So that's 50 miles that I put since Friday and today for nothing. For them to tell me, oh, well, we can't do it today because it's going to take all day. Why didn't they tell me that when I made the appointment? Did they not know when I made the appointment that it was going to take that long? And why did he not tell me in the morning when I got there and say, you know what, we can't do it today come back, you know, next week, let's make an appointment for this and reserve the whole day. No, nothing. It's like no big deal to them. Well, it is a big deal to me. And you know what? I'm writing a letter. I'm writing a letter to whomever the big boss is in that place. And I'm going to tell them how dissatisfied I am with their customer service and with the way they treat their customers, because I don't think it's right. Anyway, I'm on my way to see my great grandbabies, so I will go ahead and do a video when I get to Houston with the babies, so that, you know, I'm excited to see them, because I haven't seen them in over 3 months, maybe even 4. I don't know. It's been a while, and I know that they are growing so fast. So anyway, I just wanted to give you heads up on what happened to me, in case you want to take your vehicle for a transmission fluid change or a flush or whatever. Make sure that they are you know, clear on how long it's going to take, and if it's going to be an all-day thing, so that you can at least plan ahead and not go through what I've gone through, two wasted trips for nothing. But hopefully in Houston there'll be a better dealer, a Ford dealer, that I'm going to go and see if I can get this transmission changed, because it is very dirty. I am very concerned that something may happen to my transmission, and then the warranty is going to say, well, we can't cover because you didn't change your transmission fluid on the schedule, which the schedule is 100,000 miles. So I am going to take care of that. Well, again, I am so sorry to have to put this on you, but I just wanted to let you know what's going on, and I will go ahead and do a video as soon as I get to Houston. So I love you all, and may the sun shine on you today and every day. Bye-bye.